Welcome to Hunter Beyond Time and Space Chapter 51. Transfer Student. Countdown to the time travel, 6 days. When Qin Chen left his house, he was surprised to find that the door of room 102 across from his was open and covered with dust-proof plastic sheets inside. Inside, a group of workers were renovating the floors and walls. They were different from the workers he usually saw. They were neatly dressed in uniforms with the words Sanchi Decoration on them. Qin Chen had never heard of such a decoration company in the local area. He found a worker and asked, "What's going on?" The worker glanced at him and laughed, "Someone's moving." Qin Chen casually asked, "What about the owner?" "They're neighbors, I should say hello." The worker responded, "I don't know, we're just doing the work. I don't know where the owner is." Qin Chen felt strange. It had been a long time since anyone lived in room 102 across from him, so why did they suddenly get new neighbors? Not only room 102 across from him, but he also heard noises from upstairs. Qin Chen went upstairs and found that even room 202 was being renovated. What was going on? Two new neighbors at once. This was obviously abnormal. However, there were only moving workers here, and Qin Chen didn't see the owners. Outside the hallway, people were unloading furniture and daily necessities from a truck. Each item was carefully classified and packed in dust-proof bags, from fragile items, books, to clothing. There were many different types. Moreover, each box was covered with a dust-proof bag. In just a moment, he judged that the new residents were either rich or wealthy. He looked at the old and shabby building behind him and then at the luxurious moving team in front of him. Would rich people move in here? That's a joke. All of this was out of place with where he lived. Although the room across from him had a different layout than his own, it was at most 92 square meters, and the old building structure couldn't even support large electrical appliances. Only a crazy person would move here if they had money. Unless they were here for something else, the inner world. Apart from himself, there were only Li Tongyun and Jiang Shui, the time travelers in this building. He had hidden himself well, so the other party must have come for Jiang Shui. At this time, Jiang Shui led Li Tongyun out. They looked at each other, and Qin Chen said, "Be careful." "Okay," Jiang Shui nodded. After Qin Chen arrived at school, he first passed by Lu Dezhu's classroom. However, he was stunned to see that the other party was sitting in the classroom with bandages all over his arms and face. Why were all the strange things happening today? First, two new neighbors appeared out of nowhere, and then Lu Dezhu seemed to have been beaten up. Qin Chen instinctively opened the hot search, only to find that Lu Dezhu's injury had already made it to the hot search. In the hot search on Weibo, there were not only photos of Lu Dezhu's injuries, but also the reporter's speculations. The shooting location was at the school gate, and judging from the angle of the shot, the photographer should have been squatting in the green belt across from the school. Paparazzi, Qin Chen was a little helpless. He never thought that the time-traveling event had already reached the point of alarming the paparazzi. Thinking about it, the paparazzi pursued news hotspots. Wherever there was heat, they would go there. Once they got the data, they could resell it to marketing accounts in minutes. And now, what could be hotter than the time travelers? Celebrities and internet celebrities couldn't compare. In the hot search list in recent days, even Mr. Wang's tour couldn't make it to the top 10, and the top 10 were all related to the time travelers. Qin Chen was really glad that he had hidden himself well. Regardless of whether it was dangerous to be exposed or not, he couldn't bear the thought of being exposed by the media. Under this hot search, there was another news that caught Qin Chen's attention: He Xiao Zhao's latest strategy. He went back to his classroom and opened Douyin to search for He Xiao Zhao's account. This time, it was still a black background, with only subtitles and a male voice. Today, I will introduce you to the Forbidden Area instance. There are currently 139 forbidden areas known in the inner world, scattered in the wilderness. Of course, there are also newly formed forbidden areas that have not been officially recorded. According to research, the formation of forbidden areas is closely related to the extraordinary people in the inner world. In the inner world, many advanced biological and genetic technologies have made breakthroughs by obtaining samples from forbidden areas. If you successfully raid a forbidden area instance, you may obtain a large amount of money as a reward from the consortium. The forbidden area instance is extremely dangerous. He Xiao Xiao kindly reminds everyone to team up before entering. Qin Chen silently finished reading the strategy. This time, his information was finally ahead of He Xiao Xiao's. It is worth noting that the other party once again reminded the time travelers to team up. He thought this was a well-intentioned reminder. Qin Chen, look, his desk mate Nan Gingchen shook his arm. As Qin Chen raised his head, the morning sun shone in from the door, and two strange girls were standing there. The two girls were about the same height, with long and slightly curly hair. Their skin was as white as porcelain and a little dazzling in the sunlight. One of them was wearing a casual black and white baseball shirt with slim jeans and straight, slender legs. The other was wearing loose long-sleeved t-shirt. It seemed like she had randomly picked a few clothes to wear, but she looked particularly pleasing to the eye. Nan Gingchen's eyes were straight, and even the math teacher Tian Hailong was saying, two things, your homeroom teacher, Dui Hong, is temporarily unable to teach you. I will temporarily take over as your homeroom teacher. If you have any problems, just tell me. Tian Hailong continued, the second thing is that we have two new transfer students in our class. I hope everyone can unite and help each other. Now, let them introduce themselves. The girl in the baseball shirt walked up to the podium and smiled, hello everyone, my name is Wang Yun from Haicheng. The other girl introduced herself, hello everyone, my name is Bai Wanner, also from Haicheng. Please take care of me. There was warm applause in the class, with Nan Gingchen clapping the hardest. Tian Hailong looked at the classroom and pointed to the adjacent area next to Qin Chen and Nan Gingchen, saying, you guys can sit there later. Qin Chen is one of the best students in our grade. If you have any questions, you can ask him. A few boys, come with me to the warehouse and bring 2 sets of desks and chairs. As soon as he finished speaking, several male students volunteered to stand up. One male student emptied his desk and put it next to Qin Chen and Nan Gingchen. He said to Wang Yun, you can use mine. Wang Yun smiled and asked, what about you? The male student replied, it's okay, I'll go to the warehouse to get a new one for myself. Qin Chen deeply appreciated this classmate's high emotional intelligence, he should have a great future ahead. Wang Yun thanked him and sat next to Nan Gingchen. Just as Nan Gingchen's heart was excited, Wang Yun said something that extinguished all of his enthusiasm, classmate, do you know Lu Dezhu from the class next door? Thank you for listening to this episode of the audio novel, The Timeless Hunter. If you enjoy this channel, click subscribe for more fascinating English audio novels. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, turn on notifications, or share on social media below so you can find this channel again. Let us know your thoughts. See you next time.